All right, what's going on, everybody? TW Cinema here. Have another episode of TNA Impact Wrestling. This is episode 3. Starting off the show here, we have the TNA World Tag Team Championships being defended. ABC taking on the Hardys, who won the number 1 contendership last week against the System of Moose and Eddie Edwards. If you guys didn't see that, go back, check out the second episode, check out the first episode. See how we've gone here. These storylines carry on from episode to episode. Yeah. So ABC picks up the win, and then MVP and Calvin Tankman come out to the ring. They talk, a little bit. MVP's doing the talking. Tankman, he's a guy, he doesn't have to talk. His presence alone speaks for him, So MVP talks about, Tankman's new face business. And the first order of business is to take out Jordan Oliver once and for all. He wants to take out Oliver. Tankman doesn't feel like he's done yet. He doesn't feel like he's made Oliver hurt enough yet. So, as they're saying this, the fans start to go, "Oh!" And, they're looking off. You can see them on camera. They're, looking off to the side. Like somebody's, running out. And then, so, behind them, on the top turnbuckle, it's Jordan Oliver. And he jumps off the top turnbuckle, hits a drop kick to Tankman, and Tankman gets back bumped into the corner turnbuckle. He gets up, he goes to fight Tankman, but MVP nails him in the side of the head with a walking stick. Nails Oliver in the side of the head. Tankman comes over. Tankman does a senton onto Jordan Oliver, and MVP starts mounting punches on Oliver. Tankman does another splash onto Oliver before throwing his own punches. So, Oliver's attack kind of gets shut down. And then Raj Singh and Heath face Shera and Shogun. Raj Singh was the surprise debut last week. He helped Heath against ABC, but unfortunately they did not pick up the win. But here against Shera and Shogun, they do pick up the win. Heath picks it up for his team. And, so it looks like we'll be seeing a little bit more of Raj and Heath in the tag team division. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Would you rather see these guys on their own? So then, MVP is called into the office of Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett says, listen, alright, while you were wrestling, you were an amazing wrestler, one of the best, okay, but now you're the manager for Calvin Tankman. That is how you came into TNA wrestling, and quite simply, I can't have you doing what you did, tonight. He says, so you want to put your hands on a wrestler? Then you're going to wrestle. So next week, you're going to face Jordan Oliver. 1-on-1. MVP, he's a little upset, but he's like, you know what? I could beat Jordan Oliver. It ain't that big of a deal. So Jarrett lays down the law a little bit. And then the announcers talk about next week we have the Rascals taking each other on, actually. So Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz will face off in one-on-one competition, with the winner being the number one contender for Mike Bailey's X Division championship. So, then we get into some more action. Jonathan Gresham and Kushida have a pretty good technical wrestling match. You know, a lot of submission holds back and forth, high level of psychology, and Gresham ends up picking up the win. Kushida grabs his arm, goes to, stretch it out into the side, like I'm actually not sure what it's called. The little side where the dude has the other one's arm and he's like twisting it on the side. I think Moxley used to do it. I don't know if he still does. I haven't watched AEW in a while. Anyways, Gresham counters out of it into the octopus hold and picks up the win. So then, Hammerstone is in the ring, taking a moment to celebrate his win last week of the Digital Media Championship over PCO. The lights start to flash, like that just did. And I think I have to change my light bulb pretty soon. And so PCO comes out like Frankenstein. He goes to attack the champion, but Hammerstone, the younger, more fit competitor, lays PCO out. He throws him out of the ring, picks him up gorilla slam style and just tosses his ass out of the ring. And then Hammerstone leaves out the ring after that, and the lights continue to flash as PCO slowly gets up, kind of like contorting himself as he gets up. PCO just won't stay down against Hammerstone. So then, backstage, Taylor Wilde approaches Jordan Grace. Grace has been laid out by this unknown kind of entity or group of people, or who knows, Taylor Wilde approaches Grace and says, hey, I know you kind of feel like you're in a certain type of position where you're all by yourself and you feel like your back's to the wall. Well, I'm here, if you want some help, I'm here, I got your back. And Grace basically tells her to go to hell. Grace is kind of paranoid. She just doesn't trust anybody. So then, Raj Singh and Heath are being interviewed backstage. Hey, you guys did it. With the win earlier tonight. Congrats. How does it feel? And, kind of what are you guys going for? And so Heath and Raj say, well, we're looking at picking up, trying to go back and face ABC. They want the tag titles just as much as anybody does. And so the System walks up to him, and Eddie Edwards extends an invite to Raj Singh to, quote, leave the loser and join the System. We know, you're somebody who a system has always supported. And, Heath is obviously offended. And Raj responds and he says, well, there was a time where I had a system behind me, but those days are no more. And, who was there for me when that system stopped caring about me? Heath. And, that man is my brother. And you disrespecting him means you're disrespecting me. So system walks off, obviously offended, that Raj just told him off. And then Taylor Wilde faces off against Kylan King, I think it would be. And King ends up picking up the win over Taylor Wilde. I guess Wilde offers her help to Grace, but maybe she needs the help as she suffers a loss here. So then, before your main event, Josh Alexander talks about how he is, he took out the singing goof that you all, chant his name. And now he takes back the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And, he's going to show everybody why he is Josh Alexander. And he's going to have this serve as a reminder that he is just the greatest in the world. So, we get into that match. Now, these guys go for about 15 minutes. And, the match starts off, we have Nemeth kind of approaching Alexander slowly. He knows how dangerous Alexander is. He is a walking weapon. And Nemeth kind of goes use some of his amateur wrestling. He sweeps down, he grabs the ankle of Alexander. Alexander grabs him, and they both kind of fall out of the ring after that. So then it turns to a little bit more of a brawling affair. And then Nemeth ends up kind of jumping off the top rope, landing flat on his feet in front of Alexander, who just overhead belly to bellies his ass. So then Alexander ends up, he gets the leg of Nemeth in a ankle lock. Nemeth gets to a rope. Alexander won't let go. The referee makes him let go. Alexander goes back to grab the ankle of Nemeth, but Nemeth hits him with the super kick. But Nemeth's ankle's, a little hurt, so it doesn't have as much power behind it as it normally would. So Alexander is kind of just more stunned by it than knocked down. So he slowly gets up, and Nemeth does the jump up, grab him, DDT spiked on his head. And after that, Nemeth goes for the zigzag, but Alexander catches him. Olympic slam. Nemeth kicks out at 2.9. Alexander picks him up for German suplexes, suplex city, if you will. And Nemeth ends up countering it, landing on his feet, nails Alexander, famous sir. And then he starts loading up for sweet chin music on Alexander. But he's snatched out of the ring and thrown into the ring post. by Jay Lethal. Lethal pulls Nemeth out of the ring, throws him into the ring post, starts, punching him down and everything. Alexander, as soon as he recovers, runs to the outside of the ring, pushes Lethal, like, hey, what the hell, And then so Lethal and Alexander fight, and then as they're fighting, Lethal ends up pushing Alexander back first into the ring post, and he stands and stares at Alexander for a second, and then he gets nailed with a super kick by Nemeth, and the champion ends the show standing tall after a DQ victory. So, how will this carry on into next week? What's going to happen? How is Jeff Jarrett going to feel? He laid the law down tonight against MVP when MVP did what he did. So, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, guys, check back for the next episode coming soon, probably, hopefully within the week. I want to start getting 2 a week done. Sometimes that just isn't going to be possible, but we'll see how it goes. Let me know if you guys are liking this series and any suggestions you have. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.